Stalker is one of my favorite games of all time, and with the Misery mod, it's one of the hardest games too. Stalker itself is a niche game franchise, but with the Misery mod, it takes it to a whole nother level with people like PewDiePie even playing it. I'm gonna do something different than most people when they play this game, and I'm actually gonna do a challenge playthrough of it. Here are the rules. No buying ammo or consumables from the traders. No upgrading weapons. No lower proficiency weapons allowed. Must play as recon class and start in Black Road game mode. With these rules and the mod on top of this should be a really difficult run of the game. I won't be going too in depth of the story, but I'll be explaining things as they happen. I started the game on Black Road mode, picked up the starting pistol, and moved up towards the attic. Picked up a bunch of stuff up there, and on my way out I got shot by a zombie. Before I left, I grabbed the calibrated tools for the weaponsmith. I then continued running towards the main hub of the area, Skadovsk. On the way there I skinned 2 mutants and collected a stash before making my way to Skadovsk. As I said before, Skadovsk is the main hub area of the area, and has 2 traders, 1 weaponsmith, and a variety of NPCs. When I first got onto the ship, I went to the trader and sold my rotten parts, then went behind him and stole all his stuff, and gave the weaponsmith my calibrated tools for some money. Then I accepted Beard's quest, stole a bunch of stuff from the doctor, accepted Ganta's quest, and then went to Owl and accepted his quest. Stored a bunch of stuff in the chest, then left Skadovsk to go for some stash hunting. Grabbed a stash by a boat, grabbed 4 stashes on the ship. To this Russian summer camp, picked up a broken gun. Wasted 2 shots shooting at a cat. The cat was just standing there and I shot it. Then I snatched bro's tail. Found a corpse with a gas mask and a PDA. Traveled behind an abandoned complex. Behind me there was a stash with a fully working pistol. After this I called it a day. On day 2 I came back where I left off and I went back to the teleporter I came through. I equipped my new pistol and I unloaded my old pistol. Found some dead bodies at a gas station and looted them. Found a stash and I unloaded all my weapons. By the end I had a lot of ammo. Saw some dogs chasing me, I got scared and saved my game. Then I dealt with the dogs, killing 1, and the other dog ran away. I then looted the dog I killed, turned back to Skadovsk. I then sold a bunch of stuff to Beard. I then went upstairs to see Owl and sold him a bunch of my stuff too. I then stored a bunch of good stuff in the chest, but I also stored the AN-94, but realizing now after recording this that it was a mistake because it's a low proficiency weapon so I couldn't use it anyway. I gave Joker's PDA to Cardin, and then I repaired my weapons. I then went towards Beer to buy a UPD but couldn't find it even though there was one. Then I went to Owl to find one but didn't find one in his inventory either. I went to Sultan and accepted his quest and then snitched on him with Beard. Talked to this bozo and I got teleported to the quest objective. It was mad dark so I did the 3D flashlight glitch. Talked to bro and started the mission. There was already combat so I just waited perfect time to attack someone. Once I was behind the bandits I started shooting them. I went to the bodies and looted them before anyone else did. Then went to the leader of the stalkers I just helped to get my reward. I returned back to Skadovsk. I once again sold some of my stuff to Beard. And same with Owl. Stored some goodies in the chest. Once again trying to look for a UPD from Beard, but this time I actually found it. I then went to sleep for 9 hours. Once I woke up, I ate some irradiated boar pork chops. Then drank it down with some Ukrainian beer. I then went downstairs to find a guy just laying down there, and of course I didn't give him a medkit because I didn't want to waste stuff, so I tried killing him for his loot, but he's just immortal. And then went to Beer to help him out with the bandits, and then moved to the designated mission area. Watch this janky cutscene. Once the cutscene was over, we were in combat immediately and I got blown up by a grenade, my first death. I then ran towards the enemies so I could try and get a sneak attack on them and killed a couple of them. Once all the enemies were cleared, I immediately went towards looting all the dead bodies. Fun fact, the NPCs can actually steal the loot of dead bodies, so it's important to make sure you get all of it first. I'm just gonna show off the clip of me looting all the dead bodies so you know what I got. I then got the leader's reward for doing this. Got a quick stash, and got basic tools, and got some more quick stash. Struggled my way back to base. Finally made my way back. Sold a bunch of stuff to Beard. Put some stuff in the chest. I then went to Owl and sold the rest of the stuff. I then went to Cardin and gave him the basic tools. Tools allow the weaponsmith to upgrade your weapons and armor, but because of this challenge I can't use them to do so. However, I'd still give them the tools just because of the money. I then went to Beard to buy an artifact container from him for my next mission. I then left Skadovsk to go to my next mission. Got a stash. To the top of the ship and got the item needed for the mission. Stored it in the artifact container I bought earlier. After picking up the artifact, a bunch of NPCs will spawn trying to steal it from me. In order to counter these NPCs, I just ambushed them by shooting them first. After killing all of them, I ran outside and grabbed all their loot. On my way back, I was irradiated, so I drank some vodka. Gave the artifact to Beard. I sold a bunch of my stuff to him. I then repaired my pistol using a toolkit. For my next mission, I decided to take my shotgun, because we're going to the Bloodsucker lair. To start the quest, I went to Grouse and accepted his quest. I then went to the Oak Pine anomaly, specifically to this dead Bloodsucker, to activate Grouse's next message. On my way to the quest area, I got jumped by a bunch of dogs. After that skirmish, I went to the antenna complex for the Bloodsucker mission. Met up with my boy Grouse. Due to this being a Bloodsucker lair, I accidentally aggroed some of them and I killed them. Then aggroed another Bloodsucker. Went to the bathroom and collected a stash. After collecting all the stashes in the area, I met up with Ganta at the elevator. He flipped a lever and it opened the elevator doors. After the doors were opened, I went down there and picked up a hidden stash. I then went into the elevator and continued following Grouse. At the end of the hallway, there's a hidden dead body with an artifact on there. I then entered the room where Grouse was in, and there was 3 dead bodies with more loot on them that I picked up. Following Grouse, we got led to the main part of the Bloodsucker lair, where we had to sneak past like a dozen of Bloodsuckers, all sleeping. After me and Grouse finessed our way through the Bloodsucker lair, I let Grouse leave on without me while I stand back. I used the shotgun repair kit I got from the stash in the elevator earlier to fix up this Maverick. Then crouched my way back into the Bloodsucker lair. I then went up these staircases, jumped up on these machines and started shooting the Bloodsuckers from up here. Killing all the Bloodsuckers now will reward me with the Velis detector later on, plus also it saves me from having to do the entire side quest with the poisonous gas. After I killed all the Bloodsuckers, I then went to scavenge their parts. And went to where Grouse jumped off to escape from this place and grabbed the stash. Said goodbye to Grouse. And then went to the main quest area to investigate this helicopter before then dying one more time. My second attempt, I went past the anomalies without dying. Picked up a stash behind the helicopter, and then searched the helicopter. I came back to Skadovsk. Talked to Beard about the Bloodsucker lair and got my Velis detector. Went to sell a bunch of useless stuff. Took out the artifact from the container. Then sold it to Beard for a lot of money. Sold some more stuff to Owl, you know the deal. and then bought the Sevasu helmet from Owl. With my old gas mask. On my way to my next mission, I ambushed this group of bandits and stole their loot. Low-level bandits like these usually don't have good loot. I went back to the abandoned gas station, and then jumped down this giant sinkhole. Did some parkour to get down there. Once I finished all the parkour, I went to this car and picked up a steel box from it. The steel box has a lot of loot in it, which is why I wanted to get it. To get out of this sinkhole, we had to go through the Snork Cave, properly named because Snorks are half human, half mutant hybrids that will kill you. I encountered my first Snork and I killed it pretty easily. After that, I died a bunch of times before finally making my way out. Died one more time outside. And when I tried to escape the cave again, I died. After struggling through countless attempts, I finally made my way back outside again. This mission was by far the hardest mission I've done so far because the mutants in this were so difficult and strong to kill. Not to mention they were also incredibly fast and strong, so one hit would kill me. After killing all the Snorks, I went to the anomaly right next to me and found 2 artifacts in there. A jellyfish and a gravy. I locked up the gravy in the artifact container. I went my way back to Skadovsk all the while by being irradiated by the jellyfish. The jellyfish wasn't worth too much, but the gravy was worth a lot if you gave it to Beard. I finally returned back to Skadovsk and sold the jellyfish to Beard. Then went to Kardan and paid him to break the steel box. The box had a lot of goodies that I went to sell to Owl. Stored some stuff in the chest. Went back outside. Went to this old wooden shack and found a dead body when I entered. I then turned right to see Tremor eating my boy Grouse like a vampire. Turns out he kinda got this type of syndrome where he craves blood. Tremor then put himself to sleep. Then I stole all his loot. I told Beard about what happened. Sold Beard some broken stuff. Sold more stuff to Owl. Sold some of my medicine to the doctor for a lot of money. Went to Owl to buy a weapon. Went to buy an AK-74U with the scope. Went to pick up all the AK ammo I have stored up. Went to sleep for the night. Woke up and ate some food. Unfortunately, the recording for this part was very laggy, so I'm just gonna skip over this part and give you the brief rundown of what happened. Picked up the Find tool set, investigated another helicopter, and got a map so I can fast travel. On my way back, I got attacked by some bloodsuckers and then died. After all that, I finally made my way back home. Sold some of the stuff I got from the helicopter site, and sold the gravy I got before to Beard for a lot of money. Gave the Find tools to Carden, and then stored away my AK and all the ammo for it. Then went to Owl and bought the Beryl armor suit for a lot of money. I then grabbed all my AK ammo and my AK and a bunch of pistol ammo for my next mission in the mercenary camp. After I was prepared, I went to the bottom right of the map towards the mercenary camp. On my way there, I saw some bandits on the horizon. From the distance, I sniped all the bandits away and went towards them to get their loot. To my surprise, one guy was alive and gave me all his guns. Looted all the bodies and went my way to the mercenary camp. I made my way to the mercenary camp and immediately started sniping the enemies there. This area was also very difficult, but not for the same reasons as the Snork Cave. I'll just be showing the finished attempt when I killed all of them. I've been doing this mission for over an hour and I finally won. And I looted all the bodies and I got the laptop and I left. Since these guys are mercenaries, they had amazing loot on them that will come in clutch for the rest of the playthrough. This was all my loot after I finished up. Went into an anomaly and picked up 3 artifacts. I came back to Skadovsk walking the entire time from the mercenary camp. I sold the artifacts to Beard. Sold a bunch more stuff to Beard. Gave the laptop and the PDAs I found from the mercenary camp to Owl. Sold stuff to Owl. Sold 2 more artifacts from the mercenaries to Beard. Fully repaired an MP5 I found. Accepted the job for the scientist from Owl. Stored a lot of my stuff to the chest. After completing most of the objectives in the first area, I talked to Pilot and gave him the maps I found earlier, and I moved to the next area. Watch this janky cutscene for the new area. Anyway, that's it for part 1. Like and subscribe to be notified for part 2, and have a good day.